Welcome back to the Elise Surkov podcast, where we help women in perimenopause and menopause thrive unapologetically from the inside out. Now, today I want to focus on something that I get asked a ton of times, not only by ladies in my DMs, but from colleagues, from friends, to the point that I recently hosted a free masterclass on this. And this is really our unique mechanism at FFWE. How do we get such amazing guaranteed results with our women who are just struggling with the belly fat and the hormonal weight gain, feeling like nothing's ever worked? And that's what I want to dig into today. So, what inspired me to hold a masterclass was that there was so many new people out there that are all of a sudden in the space talking everything about perimenopause. And it, for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say it, it pissed me the fuck off because I know a lot of these women and they're in their 20s and they're in their early 30s. They've never had a hot flash. They've never had kids. They've never had brain fog. That's not to say that you cannot know about perimenopause if you haven't experienced it. But I got really angry because I felt like a lot of coaches are just jumping on this perimenopause bandwagon to just really take advantage of this sensitive market right now. And I say it's a sensitive market because I'm in it. And I just remember fearing the fuck out of menopause, watching my mom go through it. And there wasn't enough information out there. And I thought, I never, ever want to go through that. In fact, I remember when I was getting married and my sister-in-laws were pregnant and I saw them go through that. And I was like, I'm fucking never getting pregnant and having kids. And then here I am, 46, perimenopausal, and 3 kids later. Really trying to understand this space takes a lot of knowledge, certification, personal interest, and then clinical experience as well. And so, in seeing what was out there in the space, I wanted to clear shit up and really tell a lot of women that it doesn't have to be so complicated. It doesn't have to be so overwhelming. And I wanted to really just get into and share what it is that we do. And some people say to me, Elise, you give away all your shit for free. And I do. I give away all my shit for free. If you want to go through all my content on Instagram, if you want to go through all my content in our free Facebook group, I've done a fuck ton of mini masterclasses in there for free. If you go through all my content on my YouTube and you just piece the strings together, you're going to get all the information. And I do that because I truly want to help women thrive unapologetically from the inside out. That is the mission statement at FFWE. But I have 5 years of experience so far in this tight little space of perimenopause. And we have taken about almost 1,000 women through our program with extreme success using our unique mechanism. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today so that you can understand a little bit more about what we do. Because a lot of people say to me, what do you do that others don't? And I like to just start by saying, I'm really good at listening to your body. And that's something that a lot of women claim they do, but they don't really know how to because their bodies have changed so much. So when I hosted the masterclass, I went into a lot of what is perimenopause. And if you want the recording on that if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, I wish I got on that masterclass. It was totally free. Just shoot me a DM, a message, an email. I'll link it all below. And I will happily give you a copy of that. But I did talk a little bit about what is perimenopause and what changes. And if you want to know more about that, I've got, I think podcast number 2 is on that, which is like, what is perimenopause and how do you know that you're in it? So I talked a little bit about that and the changing hormones and like why it is so easy to gain weight. But I want to start by saying that if you haven't listened and you're first time listening to this right now, it is really easy to gain weight in perimenopause because it feels like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. You just weren't paying attention. I'm going to say that again. It feels like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. You just weren't paying attention. And hey, that's okay because you're busy as fuck. And I get it because it happened to me and I'm busy as fuck. And before I knew it, I had 15 pounds on my tiny 5'1" frame and nothing fucking fit me. So it is really easy to gain weight because your lifestyle's changed a lot over the last 5-6 6 years. Your kids, if you have kids, are getting older. You're not chasing toddlers anymore. You are driving likely to, like me, like to hockey games or soccer practice or cheer practice or whatever it is that you do. Your days are probably a little bit longer because, kids are staying up later. It's just your life has changed and your identity has changed. You also might be in the stage of life where you are also caring for aging parents. So you might have kids, you might have aging parents, and you're like stuck in this like sandwich generation. So you might be going to more appointments with your parents and sitting with them more bedside, all those things. So generally speaking, you're going to be less active. In terms of nutrition, I like to say this is when nutrition gets a little bit lazy because there's nothing that is like a big milestone. You're not getting married, you're not like being in front of people. Like it's going to change a little bit, but at that same time, your gut microbiome is changing. And so all the foods that used to agree with you or you had no issues with might not feel the same anymore. And you might experience more bloating, more gassing, more constipation, and just overall gut dysfunction. And that's super common. You might also be experiencing, for lack of a better word, your time again, your life again. Maybe your kids are older and you're going out more. I know for me, we're at the stage now where like we don't need a babysitter. And that was just, I always say like the very first milestone that things felt different was like when kids could make their own breakfast. That was exciting. And when kids can get in the car by themselves and I didn't have to like physically put them in the car seat, that felt life changing because I didn't have to like put them in. And it wasn't like a whole like thing before we actually physically left anywhere. But the other big thing is babysitter, because now if we want to go out, it's not like, okay, well, who can we get to babysit? And what time do I have to pick them up at? And what time do they have to be home at? And I want to make sure I'm paying them by the hour and I got to have cash on me and all these things. It's just like, hey, want to go out? Yeah, cool. We're going out. Kids, we're going out. We'll be back later. And now our kids go to bed like after us anyway. So they don't even care how late we're out. And it is a different level of freedom. And so you might be experiencing that as well. Maybe you're empty nesters and your kids are out of the house. And so you are partying like a fucking college student all over again because you're like, this is amazing and I have my life back. So while it feels like this weight gain came out of nowhere, I promise you it did come out of somewhere. You just weren't paying attention. All right, so let's get into like, what do we do at FFWE? What makes our program so unique? And so what I tell women, and I say this on social, is that when you're looking to make a change in perimenopause or menopause, you need to give yourself at least 1 year. And the reason, so many reasons. Number one, it didn't happen overnight. All right. It's been taking probably 2 to 3 years of weight gain. A lot of women tell me, like, we're right now recording April 2025. A lot of women still come to me saying everything was fine until COVID. I gained a lot of weight in COVID, haven't been able to lose it. So still, like 5 years later, we're still struggling with that weight gain from COVID. So again, didn't happen overnight. You're not going to lose it in 30, 60, or 90 days. You're not going to have a full transformation. The other reason why I like to say give yourself a year is because life is fucking lifey at this stage. We all know that. You can have the best intentions and then you're up all night for some reason, or you get fired, or you have a sick parent, or you get pulled in certain directions. And to think that you're going to go through 12 months without having life be lifey, maybe you lose your job, whatever it is really unrealistic. And so we like to coach women for a full year so that we can be there every step of the way through the weeds of life. So I like to say, when you're happy, when it's easy, when you're cranky, when you don't want to do shit, when it's your holidays, when it's your birthdays, anniversaries, vacation, when it's the mundane everyday, when you are injured or sick and you feel like you want to quit. So if you're with us for a full year, we're going to be able to coach you through all of things in life, which means for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you're going to be guaranteed to do this on your own. However, we start everybody with our 90-day for function hormonal renewal. And that is our core program. That is where everybody starts. Nobody gets to skip this step. There are no special snowflakes out there. And the reason is that I like to make sure that before we get married, we date a little bit, right? So it's like, give me 3 months to prove myself, because all women coming into this program have tried things, have failed, feel shame and guilt, and really come in with very low level of trust. And so I could make it a 1-year commitment, but I don't want to do that. Sometimes we do that for Black Friday, spoiler alert, but never for, just every day. So we start with 90 days for 2 main reasons. Like I said, number one, I want to make sure that you really enjoy us, that you like the program, that you like working with us, and also not for like, I'm going to be honest, I want to make sure that we like you too. We don't invite everybody to continue the party with us, but we want to make sure that whoever does is fully committed. And then the second reason is that I want to start seeing you get results within the 90 days, which means I want to see shit changing. I want to see you feel better. I want to see your belly fat getting smaller. I want to see your composition changing. I want to see your libido come back. I want to see hormonal optimization. We're not going to get you a full transformation, but I want to see something. And if we don't see anything in the first 90 days, then I will refund your money. All right. So that's our guarantee right there, because we are really fucking good at what we do. And no, I don't do it alone. I have an amazing team of coaches. I actually have an amazing team of women that stand right behind me. And I just want to give them a shout out to them, because they are really the bread and butter at FFWE. They're my family as well. And I love every single fucking member. My coaches are better coaches than me. We get phenomenal results because we are a team. And the way that we get results is with what is unique to our program and to no others, which is our 4-function formula. So if you think of like 4 pillars, then it's going to seem super easy. The first one is our flexible nutrition strategy. So, every woman comes to me, what do I have to eat? Tell me what to eat. Tell me not to eat. I'm good if you just tell me what to do. And I'm like, I get it. It sounds to me like you're asking for a meal plan. That sounds like smoke and mirrors. That sounds like a shortcut. That's not what we're about at FFWE. We're about sustainable results that will last you forever. All right. So what we look at for nutrition is what we call structured flexibility. We're going to give you a little bit of structure with some flexibility, because I want you to fucking enjoy your life. I never say no to French fries. I love French fries. I used to be insane with sugar, but I gave that up after kid number 1. And ever since, I'm on the salt and French fry train. So whatever it is that you love, I want to keep that in your diet. And what I love to say is, like, there's nothing you can't eat. We don't have any hard rules. You just can't eat everything. Now, in total transparency, a lot of women come to us as a complete, I like to say, house on fire. Their gut is a mess. They're inflamed, autoimmune conditions. And so sometimes we might start with a protocol-based nutrition, and that might be for the first 8, sometimes 10 or 12 weeks. And then we might flip into a different strategy. We might also start with more habit-based nutrition. So this is for the woman who maybe you've been intermittent fasting for the last 4 years because you heard that Karen down the street did it and lost a ton of weight. And so now you're doing it. And now you're not hungry till 2:00 and you don't know how to eat anymore because you fucked up your metabolism in that way. So we might start with habit-based nutrition and say, hey, we want you to bring back breakfast. We don't really care what it is yet. We just want you to eat something, and then maybe a little snack so that you get that hunger cues back and the metabolism starts revving up a little bit. Or we might flip right into macro-based nutrition. Now, I want to also just stop right here, because I've talked about this before on the podcast, that when it comes to macros, I have softened my approach. I used to be a macro nutrition coach, and I want to make it super clear that the purpose of counting macros or anything is to never need to count macros. I'm going to say that again. The purpose of counting macros is to never need to count macros. All right. So the way that we teach it is so that you can learn what your body needs, whether you're trying to lose weight, trying to maintain your weight, which, by the way, no one ever does successfully the first time. You'll fuck it up 100% of the time the first time. And so that you can come off macro counting. No one leaves us counting. All right. So we do things a little bit differently, but typically speaking with nutrition, it's one of those 3 things: either a protocol-based nutrition, habit-based nutrition, or macro-based nutrition. That's the first pillar. The second pillar is our movement matrix. And this is one of my favorite fucking things to do in life, is build women up, because most women who come to me are under muscled. So not only are we battling weight gain, but we're battling being under muscled. Why? Diet culture, years of yo-yo dieting, the all or nothing mentality. You're losing a lot of weight, you're gaining a lot of fat back, and you just don't have a lot of muscle on your frame. So we need to build that up. The other thing is that muscle is the biggest metabolic bang for your buck, and you are going to be rapidly losing muscle at age 50. In fact, we start losing muscle at age 26. And I know no one listening to this podcast is of that age. So imagine where you are right now. You need to build muscle. If you're a woman who, like many in our generation, just, focused on keeping your figure by nutrition and never really exercise because you didn't want to bulk up, or that was like a man's thing, it is time to fucking pick up the heavy weights. All right. What is heavy? We're going to teach that to you. We'll customize a training program for you top to bottom. We have an app that we use. We run it all, making sure that you are not only at the right intensity, but that you are progressively overloading. So a lot of women come to us using random apps, using YouTube videos, doing F45, Orange Theory. I'm not like dissing those things because, like, fuck, I've put out workouts as well and I give away a lot of free workouts, but that's not going to get you there. It got you here. And what got you here won't get you there. And when I say to women, like, point blank, I know, trust me, when you're listening to this, you can trust me. This is what I fucking do. I was born for the gym. This is where I started my passion, all my science brain, all of my training started in the gym. So when it comes to training, you cannot avoid it. We need to do it. And I know you might love your classes, and I love that for you. And you might have been like, it got me here and I'm like feeling strong. Amazing. But to get to the next level, you've got to cross into customization of training and hit progressive overload. Because so many fucking women look me dead in the eye and say, I've been working out my whole life. And I look at them and I say, show me. I cannot see it. So I don't know what you're doing in your classes, in your apps, but we are going to make sure that whatever time you commit to training, it is with 100% intention. And we're going to make sure that you're not causing more inflammation or hormonal disruptions. Okay. So that's a really big thing. Whereas a lot of women will come in trying to lose weight, they'll increase their exercise, they'll drop their calories. It's a mismatch of everything. We're going to make sure that your nutrition and training is paired properly together so that you're not going to experience inflammation. You're not going to have a crazy spike of cortisol that's then going to tank and like ruin all the progress you're trying to make. You'll actually be able to build muscle and lose weight. Our third pillar of the 4-function formula is unique to our program. You will not find this anywhere. And maybe some have copied it, and that's totally fine because no one else is me. So like I say to my competitors, and I know my team is like, you're giving this away and all the competitors are copying it. And I say, let them copy it because they're not me. So I've had a lot of people that have gone to competitors and have come back to me as the OG in this space because I fucking know what I'm doing. And when we created the metabolic renewal, we did it for one purpose in mind, which is so that you never need us again. And I say this to all the ladies that come into our program. I know we're going to love working together. I wouldn't open a spot for you in the program if I didn't feel we were in alignment with each other. But I don't want you to need me forever. All right. I want you to be able to do this shit on your own because perimenopause can last up to 10 years. And then in menopause, shit's going to change too because your life is going to continue to change and life is going to continue to get lifey and you're going to have to continue to do this. And I don't want repeat customers. Unlike other programs out there, I don't want you to come back. I want you to learn what you need to learn and go on your merry way. And the only way to do that is with really understanding what is happening to your body and how to interpret it. And that's where our metabolic renewal comes into play. So in this pillar, we really focus on where are you metabolically? Because where you are metabolically is going to determine where you are hormonally and where your body is storing fat and when it's ready to release it. Okay. A lot of women come in and they're like, my metabolism is broken. My doctor told me, oh my God, this woman told me yesterday her metabolism was broken. That is bullshit. It's impossible. Your metabolism is a series of hormones and it is doing what you told it to do, whether you meant to do it or not. So what does that mean? If you have labs, 100%, we're going to interpret labs for you. When we get more into lab testing and digging deeper into underneath the skin in our next program called Vitality. So that's after the 90 days. But for the first 90 days, I want to focus on the real shit that I know is going to help you right off the bat without having to invest anything else. So if you have already done labs or you're about to do labs, we will interpret that for you. Just kind of get a gauge on where you're at. However, I've seen labs and it doesn't matter because if you're symptomatic, it is reason for us enough to make a change. So if your labs are quote unquote normal, but you're experiencing brain fog, belly fat, lack of motivation, I'm treating your symptoms. How? We listen to your hunger, energy, cravings, your libido, your sleep, your cycle if you're cycling, your gut health, your recovery, your sleep, your moods. All these things are going to tell us where you are metabolically. And you might be thinking right now, oh my God, Elise, I'm a mess. I have no libido. My hunger is all over the place. I'm not hungry in the morning. I'm starving later. I look at bread and I gain weight. My sleep is a mess. My cycle is all over the place. I'm bloated after every meal. And I'm like, I got you, girl. I got you. This is exactly who we work with. This is what we see. And this is what we do in our metabolic renewal is we listen to your body. We help interpret what's it saying and then make adjustments on nutrition, on movement, on lifestyle so that you can then learn along how to do that. And again, never need us ever again. And the next question I get asked is like, how the fuck do you do that? Okay, that's our fourth pillar, our triple threat accountability system. I load so much accountability into this program. I like to say, once you sign up and you invest with us, my nose is itchy. We lock the door. You can't leave. We will not let you leave without results. So we have 3 layers of accountability built in so that you can't fail and you can't quit. And I am transparent as fuck. I'm telling you right now, by week 3, you're likely going to want to quit. And if anyone tells you differently, and that hurts to hear, I'm sorry. And I want to give you a big hug, but likely you've tried so many things and you're so excited at the beginning because you're just motivated to get going. You've got new shiny toy syndrome. You feel like it's a new diet and you're excited, but motivation is fleeting and it lasts 7 to 21 days. And that's when the real coaching comes into play. So after that 3-4 week mark, when you're like, fuck, this is hard and I don't want to do it and I feel like I'm failing, that's when we jump in with even more coaching. So 3 layers to keep you accountable. The first is with your coach. We have one-on-one coaching. Those are our coaches. They are the best fucking coaches in the space. All my coaches are top notch. We are not influencers. I made this very clear on the masterclass and I got a lot of excellent feedback. We're not influencers. We're the real deal. We have functional certifications. I have a functional medical practitioner on the team with me. We've got cycle syncing, holistic nutrition. We've got all of the things. So yes, nutrition, fitness, everything. Plus, everyone is then trained by me on this program specifically so that all our clients get the unique experience of those guaranteed results. Okay, so we're not influencers. Your coach is going to be with you every single fucking step of the way for 3 months. She is with you. You can go back and forth, ask questions, but she customizes your 3-month success path. And that is so unique to every woman coming through our door. So a lot of times women will say to me, can I see your program? I checked out your website. It's not on there. Yeah, it's not on there because I'm not cookie cutter, girl. It's customized. So every single program looks a little bit different. Every single week we do progress check-ins because we want to know what's working, what's not working, and we titrate everything in real time. And then on top of all of that, I want to know like what's happening in your life. So yeah, we get clinical. Tell me about your poops, your bleeds, all the things. But I also want to know, what obstacles did you face this week? What happened when you went out for dinner and you said no to the glass of wine? Did you eat 5 pieces of cake? Like everything. We go through that emotional eating piece as well. The second layer of accountability is through me. So this is unique to me too. I am one of those business owners, CEOs that I am very much an active participant in the program. And while I don't personally coach, and I know you're going to be like, but I want you, trust me, you don't. My coaches are better. What I do in the program is a lot of mindset shifting and cracking limiting beliefs. And so you're going to hear a lot from me. I do group calls. So I want you to come onto my group call once you're in the program. This is specific for our ladies. And I do one for the 90-day, and then I do one for our vitality program as well, where I shift a little bit more into identity. And the reason I do this is I'm so passionate about it, but also I do this because when you leave the program, I will guarantee that you won't have to do this again. How? Because I'm going to change how you think about everything. So the women that you come into the program is not the same women that you leave. And I like to say it's your 2.0 version. It's not the version of you when you got married or before you had kids or when you were 20 or 30. It is that next version of you. You're going to look at food different. You're going to look at your body different. You're going to look at your hormones different, your environment. Everything is going to be different so that you're not her. You're not making the same choices. You're not going to fuck it up again or get back to where you are today. I'm also very reachable. All of our clients know they can reach me anytime. I talk with them. I meet with them. I'm there for them. And then the last layer of accountability is our fucking badass community of women. We have about 120 to 130 women at any given time that we work with. And I like to say that we are the no moo generation of women. Like we are the women that is like, fuck that shit. Yes, I'm getting older. My periods are changing, but I still want to rock a crop top. I still want to rock a bikini. I still want to look hot. And while I am 100% here for vanity, I always say vanity gets you in the door, I am also here for mobility. Nothing is going to smack you in the face harder when you get up in the morning and are in pain, or you can't bend down, or you can't get off the couch, or you can't sit on the floor anymore. And as you're aging, you start to think, whoa. I want to be active as much as I can. I want to be there for my grandkids. I want to be, able to keep up with things. I want to retire and go hiking, and I want to keep doing all the activities that I love doing. My personal goal is to wipe my own butt when I'm 90. And in order to do that, we need to keep you mobile. And this is the generation of women that we work with. I like to call them our badass community of women. So you are never alone. So this is how we run our program. All of our ladies go through this, and everyone leaving the program has a better understanding of exactly how to maintain their results so that they never need to do this work again. And when people say to me, like, I don't understand, it's just like I could go and get a meal plan and a workout. And I'm like, yeah, for $10, you can go get a meal plan and a workout. And then you're going to fail and you're going to hate yourself in, like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks when you stop doing that. And I don't want that cycle of shame to happen again. We're more than meal plans. We're more than just workouts. We are the real deal. We keep shit simple, and we do get into that functional space as well. We want your symptoms of perimenopause and menopause to subside. We have women coming to us with extreme breast tenderness that we've cleared in 3 weeks. We have women who gone to their doctors with really irregular cycles because of perimenopause, and they're like frustrated and they want to go to an IUD, and they come to us, and then boom, their periods are quote unquote regular as can be, but they're not experiencing that severity of PMS. So, like, again, that breast tenderness, the bloating, the cramping, the irritability, the anxiety, the depression, all those things are really extreme. And you don't have to just go on an IUD or birth control. We can solve that as well. So if you're listening to this and this is something that you want to learn more about, we're going to have a conversation. This is not just I let everyone and anyone into this program, because number one, like I said, my coaches are amazing and they give their all to their clients, which means if we're going to give ourselves to you, I want to make sure I'm bringing the right women into the program. So I only let women into the program that I know are in alignment with our community and our mission. But also, I only let women in who I can guarantee results for. And if you and I have chatted in the past and I've recommended that our program isn't for you or isn't for you yet, you probably were pissed off, but you respect the fact that I'm not just going to take your money if I don't think I can help you. So if you fall into this category and you want to learn more, I'm going to put all the links below, but you can always reach me. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, FunctionallyFitwithElise, or you can shoot me an email, contact@functionallyfitwithelise.com. Go visit my website, check out my YouTube channel, get to know me a little bit, and then let's date. And then hopefully we can get married. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you on the next one.